All right, people. We've kind of got a special episode going on today. It's kind of special, but not really, because I didn't even plan on doing this shit. And I told this guy that I was going to put it out there in the beginning of the episode. I was going to make it my business to say I had no intentions on doing this shit. But you know what? This is the cost of being a good cousin, of being a good friend, which is being a good Samaritan. Sometimes you have to go with what the people want, even when you don't want to.
We're not friends, first of all.
Shut the... God damn it.
We're fucking family.
I was trying to make a segue into giving you one of the best intros on the Tutor Reviews podcast
family,
ever.
For Christ's sake.
See? Now, obviously, we're dealing with Dominic Toretto here because he just keeps saying, yeah, we're not friends, we're family.
Blood is
we're family.
Blood, brother.
All right. Listen, people, without further ado, let me give a proper introduction to my family, my day one, my A1. He's been on the Tutor Reviews podcast before, actually, and you guys can check that episode out if y'all want to. He was on the IntoxiCommentary episode for Friday the 13th, part 3, and I actually called him up and, phoned him in. We were texting during the commentary, and I went out on a whim and was like, yo, do you want to be on the commentary? He's like, yeah, what do I got to do? And I'm like, nothing, just talk. So we both were fucked up, and, he actually knew a little more than he let on, than he let people on to believe. You do. Shut the fuck up, because you picked this movie right here, sir. And I had no intentions on doing this because I didn't want to start a new trilogy. I didn't want to start a new series. But, people, nonetheless, man, we've got my man, my ace boon coon, Mr. M.Rite, on the show. My mans. How are you, sir?
What up, Jay?
How are you?
What up, Jay?
Now... I tried to stay away from this. First of all, I gave him options, people. Let me tell y'all the options I gave him. I gave him every DVD I had down here. No, they weren't dumbass options. I gave him every DVD I had down here that had multiple DVDs on there. We're looking at, there's a DVD double feature with The Faculty and Phantoms. There's a quadrilogy of X-Men.
The fuck is a quadrilogy?
It's a trilogy, but it's 4 instead. It's a quadrilogy, nigga. Do you know what 4 is? It's quad.
I know what 4 is.
Now, I gave him the option of it is. I gave him the option of X-Men 1, 2, 3 or X-Men First Class, which are all in a DVD case. I gave him Friday the 13th, the quadrilogy of that, the Batman, the first 4 Batman movies, but of all the bunches, he threw them all to the side and he's like, nope. We gotta watch Darkman. We gotta pay homage to Sam Raimi, my man. Did I just call him Raimi?
Yes.
I'm thinking of Mort Rainey from Secret Window, the Johnny Depp John.
I don't know about all that.
Well, that's because like you said, you don't watch movies. You're not worthy. So, you are a disgrace to all movie fans out here. It's like, no.
Darkman he had something to say, man.
No, he did, and
he got fucked up. Revenge.
I feel like the more I talk shit to you about picking this movie, the more I'm going to enjoy this shit when we watch it all the way through.
Revenge drove his ass. That nigga went crazy.
People, I have not seen this movie in probably like maybe a couple months or so.
I feel like they need a
remake. Yep.
Hell yeah.
And people get mad.
God.
People will get mad.
Who would be? Who would be?
Tom Hardy. Are you against Tom Hardy? You looked at me like, motherfucker, you're on to something right now. I would cast Tom Hardy as Darkman because Tom Hardy could play Morgan Freeman in a biopic, and I think he could pull this shit off. That motherfucker,
that nigga go blackface.
Yeah, that motherfucker's he's a chameleon, man. We would give him the same pass that we give to Robert Downey Jr. for being in Tropic Thunder. That motherfucker can play Jesus Christ of Nazareth, dog. He could play any role. I don't know. Who would you pick in a remake?
I think Jared Leto could play.
Ooh.
I think he could. Because now they have the new joint where he's about to be. What's his name?
Morbius.
Yes.
That's my shit. And people keep forgetting that Morbius is coming out too.
I can even go as far as to say.
Don't. You about to say some crazy shit. People, this guy.
And I hope he keep that same energy. Because I'm really rooting for this guy now.
Who?
As far as Darkness.
Who?
Robert Pattinson.
No. As Darkman?
No.
He's just...
Darkman is this tall, big nigga.
Dark. Listen, Pattinson, I think what he's about to do with Batman is about to be...
I think it's going to be good.
I think it's going to be phenomenal, but...
I hope he keep that same energy.
That's the whole thing. Almost didn't even skate by with this Batman shit until I seen the trailer, so I don't want him to push it. And
I know.
I nailed Batman. I could be whatever superhero I want to be.
A bunch of other shit. Like he was just in Tenet, and I was like, yo,
he was in Tenet. He was in this. I think it's a movie called Good Time. He was in. Somebody was telling me to watch.
No heartthrob ass little motherfucker no more.
He's a versatile guy, but
so and the Batman joint made me feel like, all right, I need to apologize to this kid.
Or they could bring Liam Neeson back. He's what 112 years old. They could bring his ass back.
Liam Neeson is still out there talking about I have a particular set of skills.
This is the only this and Run All Night and Star Wars are this is the one though. This is the one that I was like, okay, I like Liam Neeson, and every time he came out with I wasn't a fan of Taken and all that shit, dog. Right. But when he would come out with those movies, when he got
all them skills, you fucking mercenary ass motherfucker.
And you like 96, but when he came out, when he was in this, I always go back to this because I'm like, fuck a Taken, dog. Like Darkman's still that work.
Yeah, but listen, they have mercenaries out here, right? Like if you want to get technical. I have a particular set of skills. Mercenaries and all that. They're still part of a fucking team, and they do it in team wise. They don't just go out and start fucking.
Let me ask you before we jump into this commentary.
That's how far-fetched it is.
Before we jump into this commentary, let me ask you. We know this first one is the best one. How'd you feel when they recast Darkman, the boy from The Mummy, Arnold Vosloo, in the next two movies? This is what I wish it was a video podcast because I wish y'all could see his face. That dude, Arnold Vosloo, is not a good Darkman at all. And funny thing is, I like part 3.
Didn't he play
The Mummy? He played Emotep.
He played Highlander too.
No, he did not.
Didn't he play Highlander?
Watch your mouth. Right. People, we need to just see now. He really
in the series or something.
Oh, I never watched the series. You know, I was never into Highlander, dog.
He played the fucking Highlander in the series, dude.
People,
I swear he did. I'm looking it up now.
Well, you look it up because don't
crucify me.
No, listen, crucify him if y'all want, people, because we are almost 8 minutes into this intro and we got to get down to the nitty gritty. Now, Darkman. Written and directed by Sam Raimi. The movie came out in 1990. Now we know what it is. Liam Neeson, Frances McDormand, the late great Larry Drake. Rest in peace to him. He played Robert G. Durant, and there's a bunch of other scattered appearances and faces. Larry Drake, Dr. Giggles. He was Dr. Giggles, and you're not talking about Larry Drake.
Yeah, he was the one.
Larry Drake was also
I'm talking about the one that got fucking thrown out that window. And he made the mask of the ball.
Oh no! We'll get to that actor. I know who you're talking about. Where he's like, I don't even know how I got dressed.
I just said Kevin Durant.
Yeah, so you're a big Brooklyn Nets fan, which has nothing to do with this fucking. People, you know what? Without further ado, people, this is the standardized theatrical version of Darkman, and that's just in case anybody's tuning in.
I don't watch movies as much as y'all. I'm sorry.
But he be ready trying to school somebody like, listen, back in the comic book source material, this motherfucker knew about the eastern nether realms of the Netherland. And I don't even know what that is. But listen, people, standardized theatrical run through for this Darkman movie, and that's just in case anybody's tuning in with me and with us. And if y'all are tuning in, y'all know y'all are the true to the reviews MVPs. So, anything you want to say before we jump into this commentary, sir? No, you just want to get it over and done with, so you can show the Tudor reviewers how much you don't know about fucking movies.
No.
All right, people. Well, let's get into this. You're really looking it up online. This dude is really in his phone. People really looking it up. But yeah, people. Without further ado,
holy shit!
Are you ready?
It wasn't him.
It wasn't. Are you ready? Can we?
No, the nigga was in one of them joints, man. No, I'm gonna find this motherfucker.
This is why I'm hesitant about having guests on the show, people, because it gets very long-winded.
I'm not a fucking guest. I'm a fucking...
No, you're not a regular.
Nigga, I'm a regular in your fucking life.
You're the only person... you are the only person to make a second appearance on the show. So that's it. Yeah! We hit a milestone. Hold up. We hit a milestone into the Reviews podcast. Listen, let me start this goddamn movie, people. All right. Or I meant to say you, not y'all people. I'm talking to this fucking guy. Y'all see how this man fucking...
We're going to talk.
Jesus, man. All right, people, so without further ado, let's hit the play button for Darkman and get this thing started sooner than later. I'll hit the play button in 3, 2, 1. All right, don't let me down, play button. Here we go. All right, see, now that intro was Goddamn, almost 10 minutes long, dog. Now we can.
No, I'm sorry.
You can say whatever you want now.
Arnold Vosloo.
Arnold Vosloo. Yeah, the guy from that old school Universal. Yeah, that's what I said. He was in Darkman. He was in Darkman 2. He was in Darkman 2 and 3. He was in. He was what was his name? He was in G.I. Joe. He was in the first G.I. Joe with Marlon Wayans and Channing Tatum, and he was the guy who was not changing his faces.
He was in Blood Diamond, Hard Target, whatever that is.
Well, Arnold Vosloo. It's nothing against him. I didn't mind him as I didn't mind him as Emotep, but him as Peyton Westlake in the Darkman, the next 2 Darkman movies was just dry.
It was kind of dry.
It was dry as fuck, man.
I could have sworn he was a Highlander at one time point.
He was in Odd Thomas. Same director as G.I. Joe, Stephen Summers.
Red Shoe Diaries. Damn, he's in these old ass movies where they got old ass women tits.
Alright, don't fuck all that. Come on, man. Right. It's about your boy Liam Neeson. You wanted to watch this shit.
Just another tough guy, that's all. Driving up. Get the pieces.
That nigga was hard.
What else was he in?
I don't know.
Surprise for these.
His voice sounds like he's a drug lord. Like his voice is just like, you know what, motherfuckers?
I'm going to make.
Oh shit! He was the cop in That dude was the cop in
No, they had the joint where the nigga took his gun from his.
It was his leg. Yeah, it was his leg.
Yo, and this nigga was jumping.
Yo, he was the cop in Boys in the Hood. I don't know how much you remember of Boys in the Hood. But remember the dude that put that gun to Cuba Gooding Jr. and was like, "You think you tough?
Yeah,
they so tough now, little nigga." Remember Bernie Mac did the spoof of it, but he was the original cop in Boys in the Hood that put the gun to Cuba Gooding Jr.'s face. That was him.
Yo, these niggas.
And he was in Prince of Darkness, the John Carpenter movie. I've never seen that one though. A lot of people don't. Yeah, people don't get mad at me out there if I've never seen Prince of Darkness.
Do you realize, like, yo, dog, if they have joints like this now, like actual like meetups with gangsters and gangsters. I didn't say gangsters.
Gangsters and gangsters.
I said with gangsters. This shit wouldn't go down.
No, but you had it right though. These are gangsters with an ER. Like
these are gangsters.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are the ones that wear suits and conduct business deals.
Right. And they pulling a whole barge full of coffee cans of coca leaf and shit.
Fucking coca leaf.
Yeah? What happened? Had to break it off.
He's like, I've been working on that joke all year. And it landed.
I got 3 things to say to you.
It's like when he was working on that joke for a minute. That's like when fucking War Machine was in Avengers Age of Ultron. He's like, boom, you looking for this? And nobody got the joke and shit.
Like that. Cut your balls off.
Damn.
This nigga like, I cut niggas' fingers off.
Yeah,
But your balls and your fingers cut off.
Yeah, he had no idea, dog.
Bang! Yo, this show was hard, man.
Sam Raimi.
At the end of the job, this nigga just kept.
Sam Raimi, dog. And mind you, this is Sam Raimi. He had already established himself in Evil Dead. This is post Evil Dead, so.
Shit, man. This show was hard, man. The opening scene was. It's kind of reminiscent of fucking RoboCop.
I told you, the more we get into this movie, the more I'm gonna regret talking shit that I didn't want to do it.
It's like kind of reminiscent to RoboCop, man. It's like the same.
Yeah. It's real fucking kind of like gritty, post-apocalyptic, almost gangster, drug dealer type of superhero shit. Yeah, I could see. I wouldn't be.
This nigga limping.
What if they said that Darkman and RoboCop were in the same universe?
I bet you that nigga lost so much weight, but limping like that whole time in that scene.
Nah.
There you go.
You know, that's Sam Raimi's brother, the dude on the right with the glasses. That's his actual brother.
You know that's a real thing. If you go to like a cigar lounge or something, they really will.
Yeah.
You know, you slice the little half off, or you can bite it off.
Or you could just not smoke cigars anyway. It's an expensive way to waste money.
No, it ain't.
You're just spitting smoke out.
Celebratory.
Whoa. Celebratory?
Yes.
Jesus.
I don't always succeed.
Bang.
Fuck.
Yo, that nigga is a G.
Oh my
He
God.
took his hands getting cut off.
He looked at him like, nigga, what? You about to cut all my fingers
You
off?
can't lie. Look at this.
No, I like that. I like that.
Fucking open his
Yeah, I like the opening credits. I do. But
That nigga went mental, man.
no, he did, and they embraced it because even when he's got the Peyton Westlake mask on after he got fucked
He
up,
still was like,
he's
I'm
still-
a fucking brother.
yeah. Remember when they're at the carnival and he's like, the pink elephant, and he's like, listen, buddy.
Yo, he went crazy.
You better
And
get
know
your
they
ass
kept-
up out of
They
here.
kept playing that.
They kept playing that music.
The music and
And they kept fucking with the with the cinematography, like and putting them like it was like a comic book.
It was like neurons and shit fucking when he like his neurons are.
It was like a comic book. They made it like a fucking comic book.
That shit was hard, dog.
Yeah, I mean, this is undoubtedly, people, this is a classic. I just didn't have any intentions. Like I said, I gave this motherfucker options. I gave him the options of the first 4 Friday the 13th. I think we did part 3. I did part 1. I need to do 2 and 4, which I might do Friday. Heads up to all you Friday the 13th fans out there. But I gave him the option for the Batmans, the first 4. I only did Batman Returns. And he said, fuck all this. I don't want this. I don't want that. And he just went straight to Darkman. And I'm like, oh my God. Because now I'm going to have to do 2 and have to do 3.
We can do it. I'll do it with you.
All right, cool. Well, Omar, I got to do the Terminators with him. And I will do the rest of the Darkmans after this, dog. That'll be our, that's our shit.
Man, this nigga, the cutting edge technology, man. This nigga knew how to
Oh, you talking about for the character?
Yes,
because the movie. Well, I know it was 1990, but some of the effects do not hold up in this movie, dog. Like when Darkman's hanging from that helicopter, you can tell that shit just looks cheap.
This nigga knew how to make faces out of real faces, dog. That shit is awesome. It's almost like 3D printers, man.
Right. He was the original 3D printer.
That shit.
Yeah, he was the original 3D printer.
Do you realize they had the concept of that with what was it? The game. Metal Gear Solid.
I never got into it with Snake. I never got into them games.
They literally.
No, that's Mission Impossible.
Was it Mission Impossible? Yes.
How do old people? This motherfucker don't know a damn thing. Listen, forgive him. Forgive him. He knows certain movies. He knows Tron. And what do you watch? Guardians of Narnia. The Guardians of Narnia. He likes fantasy shit. Now this is indeed fantasy, but give him a pass, people. He's not as seasoned as us movie buffs.
I don't like movies.
But he gets a pass because we grew up on the same fucking movies, pretty much. So. But no, you're talking about Mission Impossible, where they had the face maker. Yeah.
Yes.
And he couldn't perfect it because that shit kept melting.
Yes. Yo, G.
Alright, people. M.Rite had to take a phone call, so it's just me and y'all right now. Just right now.
What now?
Yo, don't lock the door behind you.
Now? Well,
Yep, so it's just us, people. I think we're alone now.
I don't care how long
There
it takes.
doesn't seem to be anyone around. Actually, I'm joking. He'll be back for the rest of the commentary, but
Almost taste it.
now let me say this. I'm not gonna fully shame M.Rite for picking this movie. I just gave the motherfucker options. I wouldn't mind doing Friday the 13th Part 2 or Part 4 or at one of the X-Men, but it's like, I'm actually talking shit because I would have done an X-Men movie and I'm contradicting myself because I said I didn't want to start another series. but I would have done X-Men before this. Because I feel like X-Men is an easier series to get through, even with the lesser liked ones on my behalf rather. But Darkman part 2, it was good to see Larry Drake come back, but part 2 was not all that great, and it always threw me off when they recasted Arnold Vosloo as Darkman, or when they recasted Liam Neeson with Arnold Vosloo as Darkman. And part 3, for some reason, even though Arnold Vosloo is not as strong an actor as Liam Neeson in any way, I really have a soft spot for part 3 because Jeff Fahey as a villain, he was really decent to me in that movie, man. Like, he didn't really have to break a sweat in too many scenes, and he was just intimidating as shit. Oh, Peyton, the fuck are you doing?
Listen, I found some memos when I was researching.
They didn't even drink the rest of the champagne from last night.
They're strapped to a guy named Claude Belisarius, and their records of payments to various people on the zoning commission.
You gotta be a drug lord if your name is Claude Belisarius. Now, I don't...
Yeah, well, what I want to do is talk to Strapped first, give him the benefit of the doubt.
I love that. She grabbed his cup of coffee and he let her do it, and then he just grabbed the other one.
Oh, I don't want to go. I have to go. I have to go now. Like,
It's me talking to my lady whenever she has to leave. It's like, don't go. You can stay. All right. He's back, people.
Howdy, partners. Yo, what else was she in, dog?
Frances McDormand? The first thing that comes to mind was
I've never seen her in anything else but this.
she was in Fargo, I think, and she was in Fargo, and she was in Burn After Reading with Brad Pitt and what's that dude's name that was
I
in?
don't know about nothing about that.
Yeah, I know you're not a movie,
Nothing
but
about that.
no, she's a decent actress though. Burn After Reading is that was definitely the first one that came to mind, even though I said
Head
Fargo.
over heels over that chick, though. This joint.
Yeah, he wanted to marry her.
Damn. This nigga.
Don't worry, man. You'll find love again someday. You'll be alright.
One day.
Yeah, you'll be alright. People, we're gonna start a VH1 TV show, maybe a VH1 or just a podcast where M.Rite is going to be looking for love. So all you ladies out, all you single ladies out there, he's looking.
well, it seems like the payments.
He's looking.
Chaos. The zoning
They don't give a fuck, though.
bribes to call a spade a spade. Does that
This
sound-
dude's a fake ass.
Colin Friels
Fine, was not supposed to
plays Louis Schrack. He's just like, all I do is walk around an office building with a glass of alcohol, and I'm the shit.
And I'm like, hey,
Yeah, and I want your woman. It's like,
I'm
nigga.
gonna have all cities under my
jobs
wing.
begin. A boom boom.
Why is it every boss, right?
Large building block laid for the future.
Why is it every boss? Whether it's him, whether it's Bison in Street Fighter, they've got a mock makeup of the buildings that they wanted, the civilizations they want to create. that they want to
Like
create.
governments do that.
Yeah.
The governments don't do that. They not gonna build the fucking building. It's just a bunch of people saying yes and no to bills and shit.
Remember, but I don't know if you remember. Do you remember when in Street Fighter when Bison had a replica of what he wanted to build in Shadaloo City? It was called Bisonica. He was like, yo,
Remember that?
dog, yeah, because he gave a whole monologue speech with dramatic music behind it.
And
Where
they all do the laugh.
no, they didn't. No, they didn't do the Dr. Evil laugh. No, they didn't. That's what you gonna do. When you be like, listen, I want to build a Chick-fil-A in the hood, and you gonna have a replica. It's gonna be a Chick-fil-A.
How I feel about Chick-fil-A.
It's gonna be a Chick-fil-A or Walmart. What? That they got the best chicken nuggets in the world?
What I feel about Chick-fil-A is they some fucking Mormon ass motherfuckers.
Hey!
Out of our black community.
We might have Mormon listeners. Let's not offend
I don't
anybody.
give a fuck, and I'm glad.
Well, listen.
I'm glad that they hold
You
on now.
on my platform,
I know,
motherfucker.
but
All right,
listen,
don't
I'm about to
we're not
be
gonna offend nobody's religious beliefs?
I'm about to congratulate him, okay?
On what? On the best chicken nuggets ever?
No.
And the best Polynesian sauce.
Employ the neighborhood.
We talking about everything but this goddamn movie.
They employ the neighborhood. That's the only fucking thing I like about them.
Well, that's fine. That's good.
Fucking asshole.
Now, who is this guy? Is he like a knockoff stunt double for Mark DeCascos from Only the Strong from Banana Way?
He's the original short round. He's just older.
Shut the fuck up, dog. He's the original short round.
He's the original indie. I love you.
No, that is not him, dog. But me and OG was definitely talking about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's what we should have done today. All right, yeah, make it trash. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was a straight up horror movie. Discretion, my man. Oh no, this is when they perfected.
It was this nigga. Was that Kali?
Yeah, Molaram.
This nigga took a fucking man's heart out of his body without blood or nothing.
You know what's fucked up about this part is that when they finally perfected the skin thing, this happened. Now watch his stance. The dude, the Asian guy's stance. No. Look.
Robert G. Durant.
Look.
I do know his name. His name is Robert Durant. Okay.
Yeah, I said that like 8 times.
This nigga, right? He was smart. He was a smart gangster, man.
Who the fuck did he think he was?
He said into science. He said, "Fuck drugs. We gonna go into science, nigga." You know what I'm saying? And it was a skin cell thing. That's what they was doing.
Durant was just trying to make. I don't know what his plan was, but I doubt.
Fuck the drugs. He said he wanted to get into that. He said, "Yo, this is skin cell shit."
He wanted the memorandum. He wanted a document
because it was from the skin cell shit.
All right, well let's find out.
I'm trying to tell you. See, this song was funny and dark at the same time.
It was. That's what Sam Raimi does. I like this shot of just him getting. You get that.
Yo, he went out like RoboCop.
No, he did not. Nobody went out like RoboCop. Nobody went out like him.
Him shot off.
I watched that scene the other night, and they fucked him up.
That nigga got limb shot off in that joint, bro.
Oh man, and I hate that they still killed the guy. This dude, Peyton's partner.
Yo, if I was a gangster, I'd be looking at these niggas like, you really gonna kill this man? The fuck did he do to you, dog?
No innocence. Look at that gun he shoots him with, though.
Damn. That's why his ass went mental, and he was fucking driven by fucking revenge, nigga. That's like if me and you was doing like this big ass music project and somebody killed us, right? Or somebody killed me in front of you. Wouldn't you be like, nigga, you just killed my man? Like,
I'd be like, oh well, are y'all gonna let me live? It's like, no. I wouldn't do that. I will avenge. If I became a superhero, I would
avenge your death.
I will avenge your death, man.
If I became a powerful superhero, nigga, I'm chopping niggas' heads off for you, dog.
Yeah, I will avenge your death. I would.
Like, yo, Ed, can you give me a drink?
It would be a combination between Darkman and the Crow. How I would avenge my loved ones.
Very dark.
Yeah,
very
dark as shit.
Now,
honestly,
nobody see you. You in the shadows with it.
The Crow was dark, and people did commentary for that. If y'all want to check it out, the Crow was darker than this though.
It was, man. That nigga was living in a fucking bell tower and shit.
Yeah, it was like a gothic apartment loft.
Talking to birds and shit. That shit was dark. That nigga was mentally fucked up. This nigga wasn't talking to birds. He became a homeless ass vengeful person.
He talked to his cat though. Remember he had that cat in that factory?
Yo, that was a cute ass cat too.
Yeah, but the cat was an asshole though, because the cat, didn't the cat scratch him, or was that the Crow?
I think it said something like that. Yeah. Yo, this shit was crazy, bro.
And this was fucked up because as soon as she pulled up and she was really considering marrying him,
right.
The motherfucker, he blew up, and he flies out like when he flies out, his arms are like this, dog. Wait till they show it. His arms are literally like this, like he's trying to fucking fly.
How vengeance drives you so fucking much that you still alive, nigga. Yo, you know what I think it is?
What?
I think it was all the fucking shit, the skin cell shit and everything that fucking saved him and made him better.
No, he just.
No, yeah, that's not like a theory.
It was like all the chemicals and shit. Because
that's what I'm saying.
Because
all
remember
the shit that he was working with.
Remember he became super. Oh man. Yep.
First and foremost.
Look. Look how his arms move when he flies out this window. Look.
That's my man. He came out flying, nigga.
Yeah, he was trying to fly. But no, it was the chemicals and everything they had in there that made him superhuman and he couldn't feel pain and stuff like that.
Like the Joker and all them Jones, they had some chemical reaction to something. It's like Nuclear Man from yes.
The fuck is Nuclear Man?
It's from The Simpsons. Oh no, Radioactive Man.
I was about to say, who the fuck?
Radioactive Man was The Simpsons, and he actually got dipped in some.
Hold up, nobody came to Peyton's funeral except her.
The nigga was a scientist. You know, scientists are very lonely, man.
That's not true.
No, they're consumed. A lot of them are consumed with
in their work.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you might have a point there, sir.
It's a real thing, dog. It's like being a producer. On some real shit, it really is. It's like if you're consumed in just
this was M.Rite's segue into the fact that he is a powerhouse producer. People pay attention to the signs, but continue. Don't let me stop.
I'm trying to tell you, people will call you like, "Yo, what you doing? Where you at?" I'm
making a beat. Get the fuck off my line. Click. And then did you just hang up? Yes. Remember, it is a motion sensor light, sir. Relax. You gotta relax.
No, I've had days like that though.
Oh, Frances McDermott was also in Primal Fear with Richard Gere. Bars.
Damn. I don't care.
Oh shit, she was in Transformers.
For real? Oh yes, she was in the government.
Yeah, her and Stanley Tucci was like the ones going back and forth at it in Transformers. She was in Eon Flux.
Stanley Tucci is.
She was in Catwoman with Halle Berry. Stanley Tucci is actually playing Maroni or somebody in the new Robert Pattinson Batman one. Stanley Tucci was the one that came up to Shia LaBeouf and he's like, "Sir, Sector, what the fuck? I don't, that's Stanley Tucci." Yes, I like say he's in the new Batman.
Yo, he's funny as shit, man.
She was in Catwoman with Halle. You remember Eon Flux?
But yo, don't forget.
Do you remember Eon Flux? With Charlize Theron a little bit? Yeah, me too. She was in that too.
My brother said that's his wife after that movie.
Charlize Theron?
He fucking loved her, man.
Dame's fucking crush. His crush is Charlize Theron?
Charlize Theron.
Shout out to Charlize Theron, man. I've been trying to get her to. That's Jenny Allgood, or whatever her name is. She was in American Werewolf in London. She was in Child's Play 2. I love her, man.
Yo, who's the chick? I wish you had Tenet right now.
Tenet? I'm not fucking watching that movie ever again. I'll never watch that movie again.
That was explaining the Tenet situation.
No, that's not her.
You know the Tenet situation? Remember that?
Nope.
And he was like, "Yo," she was like, "Yo, just throw the bullet." It's almost like it's already happening.
That's not her.
Like that.
Every woman that has an accent is not Jenny Allgood.
This scientist chick, man. I'm like, damn, that shit was hard.
Yeah.
You know what it was?
People, let me say this. I will never watch Tenet again.
It wasn't supernatural. It's an actual alien like brick or something that made that shit happen.
Let me tell you something. I don't give a goddamn rat's two shits of a rat's ass what it was.
You don't give a goddamn damning in?
Personally, I give him a 9 on the Buzzard scale.
I give it a 9 on the Buzzard scale.
Yeah, they're making jokes and shit. Like, this man is probably in excruciating pain right now. Oh, this is the part you was talking about.
Oh shit. Quakertown. This nigga keep trying to fucking find a job for me at Quakertown. Nigga, I already work at Limerick. I'm so fucking at Quakertown.
Do y'all recite limericks too?
Yo, that's the neurons. That's his brain. Every time they do that thing, that's neurons and shit. You know, it's like electric. Our brains are like electric.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
It's electric. It really is.
You gotta feel
you know that, right?
Motherfucker, I know what neurons are. God damn it!
Shoot off like electrons.
Damn.
Shit.
I I watched Return of the Living Dead.
So that was a clever thing.
When they explained why they ate brains because they needed electricity from neurons from the brains. I know why. I know about neurons and shit. No, you're right though,
so
man.
That
was
kind of cool how they always did that every time he was about to have a
freaking out. Yep, when he was about to have a breakdown.
That's his shit, like shooting, like when they say yo.
Yeah, and they tried to do it in the next two, and it's like it just wasn't working. But you're right though. Like this part right here, he did become like a homeless, vengeful. Still was a scientist because he was still, conducting experiments.
Yeah, yo, he collected all that fucking all those old ass computers and shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, this nigga getting it in.
Now I don't.
This was sad.
I don't know what he thought was gonna happen with this situation. Like, he's like, well, maybe she'll recognize me.
He's not thinking straight, man.
I know, but nigga, it's like, yo, maybe she'll recognize me.
I think she did.
She didn't know who the fuck he was.
Even though she was scared, I think she said...
She did not know who he was, dog.
And kept it moving. No, I think something in her brain was
No, she thought he was dead until she saw that nigga in the cemetery where he had the mask on.
And did she have a scene where she's like, did she dream about him?
No, I think you're just making shit up. Yeah. I know. Good. This is one of the reasons why we shouldn't have watched this shit. You should have just stuck with Friday the 13th.
Nigga! This is good. This is good.
Now look, I felt bad for him when the box blew away. I was like, oh my god.
Yo, you've gotten caught in the rain like this. That shit sucks.
You know what? I've gotten caught.
Like,
I've gotten caught in the rain like this, and I knew it was gonna rain that day, and I was talking so much shit like, oh my god, this my weather right here. And then nigga, when I'm caught in it. And you just walking like, like
nigga, we got caught in it the one time and we just walking.
Oh my god, like it's like when Pee Wee Herman was walking in that alley and they played that
shower in your clothes.
Yeah, basically.
Literally.
And then you beat.
And then when you finally get
you cheat pneumonia. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you're grateful for that.
Thank God. Because I've had pneumonia twice.
Like I don't mind getting caught in the rain, but that shit that he was just in, that was different.
Yo, man.
Oh, it wasn't just an abandoned factory. That was where that was the building he worked in.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. I think he went back to that job.
Yeah.
But he went to a factory after this. He couldn't stay there.
Did he?
Yeah. He didn't stay at his old fucking...
So he just got everything...
He got everything. And remember, he kept walking over these little bridges and shit.
Oh, because
he was walking towards like...
it's because there's a helicopter sequence and they come for him in that place. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hard,
even though the effects are dated, that is a good ass fucking sequence, dog.
Went hard, man.
Yeah, because he wasn't just going to...
He was driven by love and vengeance.
He wasn't just going to... Same thing the Crow was. That's why I said, I want them to have remakes of Darkman, The Crow, The Shadow. That's your boy. That's your boy. I know.
I'm trying to tell you, the Ashanti Dagger.
I need to go back and watch The Shadow.
The Ashanti Dagger.
And what else? Swamp Thing.
Get this.
Guyver.
You know The Shadow?
You think they could do The Phantom? Remember the nigga that was running around in a purple onesie?
He gotta look like a regular nigga.
He gotta have a purple Dickie set on.
No, not he ain't gotta have purple on nothing.
But that's his character. That's his character. You can't just make him. You can't make him orange. You gotta keep him purple.
The character didn't look as gay as him, though, dog.
First of all, shout out Billy Zane. Billy Zane is an underrated actor.
He's a pretty good actor.
But he did
gotta make it like he's a regular nigga. Off the motherfucking streets.
He's not though. He got the what's that? The skull ring that gives him certain powers and stuff. And remember, Christy Swanson, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, was in that movie too.
Was he his character like his the alter ego?
I think he was.
Phantom. Was he like a billionaire?
I mean, you can't. Don't ask me, dog. You could ask me about the Rocketeer before you ask me about fucking Phantom, dog.
That was new.
The Rocketeer was just Iron Man without the money.
But he was a regular fucking dude.
He was Iron Man without the money. Okay, yeah, you're right. He went back. Not back, but see, asshole cat.
Cats are assholes.
Yeah, they are.
I fuck with him.
But the cat eventually became like his mascot.
Yeah, and he's
sitting there typing on the computer, and he'll talk to the cat throughout.
And the cat used to look like, all right, that looks good.
The cat should have got a spinoff.
He said, we're home.
Yeah, the cat should have got a spinoff. He probably electrocuted himself 17 times.
Kind of reminded me. Kind of.
Don't say it.
Watching him.
No. Why? Because he remind you of Rorschach?
No. He don't remind me of Rorschach. Now, when he found his lair, or his scientist, you know, are we doing okay?
Yeah. Yeah,
When
we
he
good.
found his, like...
We just had a fucking almost 10-minute intro, but we're good. We're great.
When he found his little lair, look at all that. When he found all his lair shit and all that, remember,
Night Owl.
yes, they had all that already.
Yeah, and Rorschach came to see him in the lair and shit.
Rorschach was like, yo, and they was like, yo, can we do another drink? Are we gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I was with, I know you don't fuck with them. They my people. Bing and Ed.
I don't know them.
We was watching. I was cause Ed was like, "Fuck that, I want to see it." Bing was like, "No, I want to keep getting high." I was like, "Fuck you, Bing, stop it." So, but Bing was like, "Yo, this is pretty cool." I was like, "Yo, remember Watchmen?" And they was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Do you want to see the scene when Rorschach like snapped, like actually snapped?" And they was like, "Yeah." And the scene when Rorschach snapped was when he chopped. I mean, he chopped that nigga head in two.
With that cleaver.
Yeah.
He said dogs get put down. It fucking serves him right. I would have tortured that motherfucker though. The dude that killed that little girl.
I ain't torturing you, man. You getting you getting your head cut off.
Death is too good of a death is too good of a luxury for people like that.
Judge is
Judge, jury, and executioner. I know.
Right.
But quick death is too good of a.
You gotta have that all in one.
That's like people like that giving them the gas chamber. No, it's too quick and easy. Giving them lethal injection is quick and easy. Let them motherfuckers torture.
Let them don't deserve to be on this earth.
Let them torture and let them suffer.
Torture or not. Your ass don't deserve to be on this earth.
I'd put a motherfucker in that building that Darkman is doing them experiments in right now, and you gonna get toothpicks in your foot with alcohol. I'll pour this shit right here over it. I'm talking Saw contraptions ain't gonna have shit on me, bruh.
Well. That's all good and well.
I know you want to get them out of there quick and easy.
I need you to not be on this side of the fucking universe.
You want them gone. You want them gone right away.
I want you to fuck out of here now.
I like this sequence too, yo. Like where everything's just it's real stylish. Like Sam Raimi. Now hold up. Speaking of Sam Raimi, now we know Sam Raimi did this movie. We know Sam Raimi Evil Dead. Right. I don't know if you saw not I Spit on Your Grave. What's that fucking movie called? Drag Me to Hell. I didn't really like it. Maybe I'll go back and watch it again.
That was not merciful, boy.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it again. I didn't.
Motherfucker. They was like that curse. That's it. You done.
But you know what he's directing, right?
What?
Doctor Strange 2. Yes, and they said they're trying to make it horror themed for Marvel, and I said, "Oh no!"
Yo, the first one was kind of horror.
I wish
that little fucking contraption that the boy was in.
Listen, with the first Doctor Strange movie, when I first watched it, I felt like I was completely sober, and I felt like I did never did LSD, but I felt like I did like put LSD on my tongue, dog, and watch Doctor Strange, cause dog, I ain't never seen no shit like that. Like when he was like freaking out in this crazy kaleidoscope where it was like it went into his eye and it was hands here and it was eyes there. I'm like, yo, this is too much. But for Sam Raimi to do the second one,
when old girl said, "Listen, man."
Oh yeah, she the ancient one.
She made him astro project.
Tilda Swinton.
Do you realize if you astro project?
Oh, I've done it. I'm doing it right now. I'm not even here right now, dog. I'm over in the factory with Peyton Westlake right now. Damn. Yeah, man. I got control over my neurons. See how it all comes full circle? People, I make it come full circle.
Julie, I'm sorry I mentioned that.
I said, Julie, I'm sorry I mentioned that.
Yeah, he's just such a smug bastard, man. He's still trying to push up on her. He's like, listen, I know you just lost the man that you possibly kind of wanted to marry, that you were dating, but listen, I've got a shit ton of money, and I've got a big-ass building. He's like, I got a big-ass building, and I've got a blueprint for this building that I want to build on top of the building. So would you like to be building this with me together? I can't stand that dude, man.
Yeah, I don't like him.
forgot that Darkman was outside watching. He's like,
He was always
he's
in
like
the
this
shadows,
motherfucker.
dog. You realize this? This nigga was always in the shadows, man.
That's Sam Raimi's brother.
Okay.
Yeah, that dude. He's the one that's in the Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. He's the one that's always trying to pitch shit to J. Jonah Jameson. Oh, here we go.
Damn.
Oh, he went for him first because he killed his homie. Yep. I keep hearing those jingles. That's Jazz, but it's like, is he coming down or is he not? Because Jazz comes down here when I record. Jazz will come down and he'll. Oh, there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are once again joined by Jazzy, my cat. Yeah, we're joined by my cat again. But no, he sits down here sometimes, dog, when I do my commentaries. He really does.
Look how strong he was. That nigga holding it. Yo, he was a small ass little scientist.
You know what makes this movie classic? And I talked a lot of shit before we even got into this commentary, dog. What makes this movie classic is the fact that it's like a superhero movie, but it's also got horror elements to it.
Hell yeah. Cause yo, the nigga was a mummy.
He said he was a mummy.
He was a mummy.
I wish they would have showed this.
And he took that nigga hell.
They actually showed it. I think it was Darkman 3. They had a scene like that in the beginning, and it was, just a throwback for this shit. And they showed the guy's head bounce across the street, and I'm like, okay, good. And he not also was a superhero and a scientist; he was a photographer. Super loud in the restaurant. Here's the cash, man. I don't think anybody can hear us or see us doing this transaction.
I'm glad that nigga got thrown out the fucking. He said thrown off the fucking roof.
No, they threw him out the window of his apartment. He's like, I don't even know how I got dressed. He's like, well, Durant put the fucking the 2 tickets. Remember, he put the flight tickets in his pocket. He's like, have a nice flight. And the next thing you know, they show. But remember when he threw him out the fucking window, he landed on a car and the woman started screaming and Darkman had his face. And she looked at him and was like, oh my God. Yo,
that show was hardcore, boy.
That would have messed my entire life up. Jazzy, have you come to join us for this commentary? My man.
Keep it going. I gotta set it. Let's see if there's a picture.
Keep it going. You right. We right here.
Alright, it's shot, folks. Yo, you know why he did the hands?
Because he wanted to see what works first.
Well, no, not just that. I think for like if you gotta put your hands on something or like identify yourself with like your fingerprint, I think he did that too as well because of that.
They didn't do that in this movie. What movie are you? Listen, this is when you about to get your Cinemaniac card pulled.
Nigga, I never had one. So what you mean?
You didn't, motherfucker.
Alright then, so shut your mouth and let all these people come after me.
See how he just making shit up? Yeah, he had to put the liquid skin hand
skin cells
for fingerprint recognition and retinal scanning. It's just like, no. He did that because he wanted to test drive the hand before he did a face.
Oh yes.
Damn it.
Sorry about that. Yo, did you ever notice?
No, I didn't notice.
He always wore new bandages. Like there are scenes
he said he
where
always
he had dirty
wore
joints,
bandages.
and then there were scenes where he had to bandage himself.
Yo,
with new. Look at this. He got new bandages on.
Chaz doesn't even have goddamn water.
Sir, just about to take in. I have to take shots now, and you need to wear contract. And they want me.
Sorry, people. I had to dip off for 2 seconds to get my cat some water. Because that's how a real G does it. We take care of our aminals. Yes, people, I said aminals. He did always have fresh bandages, though.
Yo.
You're right.
So he probably was hurting.
Okay, this is when he had the timer. He had to figure out how much time he had.
Yeah, what was it? Like a few seconds?
I think 90 seconds or 90 minutes or 99 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Which was, it made his character even more tragic, dog. The fact that he put on cologne, he's like, listen, I gotta look the part here.
Yo, that soundtrack.
Yeah, that's the theme. That's the theme right there. He's a superhero that has his own theme. Damn, what is that? Liverwurst or some shit? This dude that played the goon, he was in something. Not the Spanish guy, but the other guy. And I need to get down to the nitty gritty. His name is Skip. Dan Hicks is the actor, but his name is Skip. He's another Sam Raimi alumni. He was in Evil Dead 2. He's the guy that got dragged into the cellar and then that big ass shower of blood came out of it. So he's another Sam Raimi alumni. Good shit. The more you know. Oh wow, and he was in Spider-Man 2, he was in Wishmaster, he was in 2001 Maniacs with Robert Englund. Okay. Sam Raimi knows his casting.
Holy! We've been very concerned about you. Mr. Durant, I must have overslept. I'm sorry. I guess I missed the pickup.
You said I missed the pickup. I had to rock this crazy baby blue suit that I just bought.
Rio. First class. How delightful. Another one for Rick. Well,
For some reason, I love the camera work here. Just how up close and personal it is. Just the camera going from one person to the next person, from one person to the next person. I love this shit.
Jesus, I swear to God. I don't even know how I got dressed.
He said, I don't even know. Yo, this shit was crazy.
Look, but he knows, he should have known it was a rat when he put them tickets in his pocket.
Have a nice flight.
Jesus, man. And that's a hell of a drop too.
And then this nigga walked up, yo.
She actually looks like Laura Dern from fucking Jurassic Park. She's like, wait, didn't I just see you at the bus stop?
Yo, and he's so calm. And you ever notice he would laugh, but
Did she ever stop to think that was his twin brother that he never liked, that he always wanted to die?
like, yo, your brother just died, dog.
Oh no, it was 99 minutes because it was 98 minutes 14 seconds and his shit started bubbling up.
Yeah. I wonder why. What was it? The skin cells was like unstable or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I think he explains it later on. That's a Tim Burton Batman shot right there. Him between the two.
The music and everything.
The music, him between the two gargoyle type of statues on the rooftop. That's a dope shot. Hold on, let me see who did the music for this movie.
He was in the shadow, boy.
Yeah, he was one of those figures. Hold up, I need to see who did the score here. Danny Elfman did the score. Who did the score for the first two Batman movies? God damn it, man! That dude gets around.
You can hear it.
People, we make it make sense. We bring it full circle and we make it make sense on the Tudor Reviews podcast. We know what we're talking about. We know when things sound familiar and look familiar.
Yo, we movie scientists.
Right?
You know
we're the movie versions of Peyton Westlake.
we're the hypothesis.
He said, "I wish I was high off pot news." She said, "Stop it! You will never be Troy."
Scientists make science make sense. Damn, I think this shit was fucked up. We had a bad couple days.
Yeah.
He probably stuck.
Put his little dunce cap on. Motherfucker lost his mind. Literally turned into a mad scientist at this point. I love it. People, if you guys are wondering where M.Rite went, he is only across the room. If you can hear him faintly, but he is still in the building. Just got some shit that he's doing.
Yeah, man.
He bought this new he went on eBay and bought this new screw-on penis. So he's trying to like find out if that can attach itself to his vagina. So that's
a suction cup?
Yeah, it's a suction cup, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. So we're gonna start
I'm about to be Superman love out there.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, if his screw-on penis doesn't work that he got off of online, if it doesn't work, then we're gonna start a GoFundMe, and you guys can start sending the proceeds to the Reviews podcast on all platforms to fund M.Rite's new penis.
I need all that money.
Yeah, because we need him to get some ass.
Yes, I was in a freak accident.
Yeah, he was.
One of the machines at my job.
Yeah, and we were going to start a superhero movie based on his freak accident at his job. But we couldn't get the rights because his job would not allow us to do that. And they said they would sue us. So we need to make something loosely based on his accident.
This when he made Discovery.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's that what they say? The little woman competition or some weird shit.
Are you thinking of Austin Powers?
No, this was there was a fucking robot that said shit about his little science experiments.
Oh no, here we go. This is when she knew it was him. When she saw him in Wreck-It. Well, she got fucking terrified, but this is when she saw him. It's actually a nice tombstone. I know it's a morbid thing to say. Nice. Yeah, it's a morbid thing to say, but it's really nice.
They actually got machines that cut those.
Yeah. They got to chisel the name into it and everything.
But back in the day, there was humans that used to chisel it.
Yep, manually. She's like, wait. She was like, I was just about to go on a date tonight.
Why?
You are not alive.
He like, you know when a nigga is in prison and shit?
Yeah.
He like, yo, don't forget I'm still out here.
Right.
Chick like, damn it.
I was about to live my best life until your ass showed up. I thought your ass was gone forever.
Like usually a nigga, I know niggas that be like, yo, don't wait for me. But there are niggas that are assholes be like, nah, bitch. I ain't gonna be here that long.
Oh my god, no, but this is different. She thought he was dead. Like,
right, see? That's,
But this was like, how would you deal? Like, imagine if they gender swapped Darkman. Imagine, how would a man deal with that? Like, if you thought she was dead, if you saw the building...
That nigga would be all over the place. Because men are dogs.
First of all, don't speak for all men, motherfucker. First of all, ladies, if you are tuning into this, all men are not dogs. And I vouch for the good men that are actually still out here. I can't speak for this motherfucker sitting next to me.
I'm not a dog.
Listen, I didn't say you were, but so why you gonna say all men are dogs then on my podcast?
I'm about to fall.
Well, fall, motherfucker. You deserve to fall after saying that. Watch out, man. I got it.
Oh, no.
What's yours?
Yeah, can you? Because it hurts. God damn it.
Where does that
Damn it.
Just think what? God damn it.
I don't.
He said, God, this is what Unc would have been like. God damn it, make some noise. And Unc would have broke out the horns. Unc would have broke out the horns and celebrated and shit.
It's just that
Yeah, you got to sit down like you're old. We gonna have to get there. We gonna have to get used to it sooner than later. This was a good scene though, because it seemed halfway normal. This is when we get, like, we've been halfway through the movie, kind of, and we get them two back interacting together again.
In theory, with this scene,
what?
I could almost guarantee this nigga was in pain.
He might have been. Well, he doesn't feel anything though. So how?
Oh yeah. That
You talking about pain like emotionally?
Probably mentally.
Yeah, maybe, but not physically. Yeah, not physically. And
that shit is cut off now.
There's a subplot that they had in Darkman 3. You never saw Darkman 3, right?
Nah.
There's a subplot in there where there's this scientist that Darkman trusts with his life.
Yeah.
And she's conducting experiments on him. Turns out she's a really spiteful corporate bitch who's working with the lead villain.
Right.
And she's sampling his blood to inject into the villain's goons so they can have superhuman strength and they can go out in the streets and do that shit. Yeah, dog. But yo, I'm telling you, 3 is not a good movie, but it's something I love about that shit, dog, because that's what they're doing. They're injecting it into the dudes. It's a scene where they're beating each other the fuck up in this warehouse, and the boss is looking at his henchman with the chick, the scientist, and they're just like, so they don't feel any pain? She's like, nope, I took Darkman's blood cells, baby. How do you like it? And he's like, extraordinary, or whatever the fuck he says, and it's like, oh my god.
And it's always, you never knew that?
He got a jaw full of fingers.
You never knew that? You don't remember that?
I forgot about that.
The nigga, at one time point,
he was cleaning his finger collection off with a Q-tip.
The nigga kept him like how people keep cigar the halves and shit.
Ew. Durant, you fucking sick bastard.
Just fine.
This was cool. When he started like altering his voice vocals chords.
It's better than what Christian Bale did with The Dark Knight. When he tried to sound like Batman, he's like,
I know. That's why
motherfucker sound like when you try to start up a chainsaw.
Christian Bale was my man. But
he was a great was a great Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He was a great Bruce Wayne because
he was physically good as Batman.
We got way better Bruce Wayne shit out of Christian Bale than we did Batman shit. I mean, for me, dog. I don't know how you feel.
Now,
what?
Now,
we about to go into the rabbit hole, people.
Justice League, Batman.
Batfleck. Stop it, because you know what? I got the best of both worlds.
It was so realistic because he didn't make his voice sound like
he had a voice modulator.
I was like, ew.
Alfred made him a voice modulator,
and whoever directed that was probably like, dude, you ain't gotta make your voice.
Zack Snyder.
He was like,
"Fuck you talking
man,
about, Zack Snyder? You better put some spec on my man Zack name. That's I call him. I know Zack Snyder personally, so I call him Z.
Yeah, that's.
I call him Z, man. He actually on his way here now.
Right on, man.
Yeah, man.
And he about to bring
He about to bring me the Justice League 2 Snyder cut. Nobody never even seen it.
He about to bring the party wagon.
Motherfucker, if I do Zack Snyder, I would have been trying.
We would not be here on a podcast.
We wouldn't be. I mean, maybe one day we'd cover Darkman, but it's like, nah, we'd be in Zack Snyder's backyard. You know, he filmed. You didn't see the Snyder cut of the Justice League. No. Where they did that post-apocalyptic,
I don't think I have.
Where they did, oh my god!
No, I know the Justice League joint. Yeah.
No, the Snyder cut, not the Justice League, not the Joss Whedon. Not
is that what like fanboys call it? The Joss.
Don't you dare say fanboy, because Joss Whedon skewered Zack Snyder's vision for that fucking movie, dog. That movie is Zack Snyder's version is worth every bit of 4 hours and some change.
I don't think I can sit through.
Well, what I did was, I'm not gonna lie, when I found it,
barely sit through. When I tell a machine what to do.
Listen, when I found it, I watched it, and I realized 2 hours in, I was doing this. I'm like, yeah, I'm dozing, and I turned it off, and I said, you know what? I know I'm 2 hours in, so I watched the other 2 hours the next day.
Look, this nigga looking at him like, you alright, boss?
Oh wait, so this is Darkman, right? Because I turned my head for a couple seconds. He's like, hello, Wabbit. Wabbit G. DeWatt.
Why is it always an Asian mafia motherfucker?
Because you gotta make partner. You gotta be international. Why you think in every, like in a lot, not every, but a lot of comic book or like take over the world type of villains,
it's either some Russian.
There's always a Russian person. There's an African person. There's an Asian or Japanese person.
You gotta be.
You have to.
You gotta be nationwide.
You got exactly, dog.
Man.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember Batman and Robin. Even Batman and Robin, when I think it's Pamela Poison Ivy or Mr. Freeze. Somebody is fucking talking to these people, and there's a guy dressed in African garb. There's an Asian guy. There's a Russian guy.
Yo, he actually did a good job as Durant.
Oh yeah, Larry Drake was great, man. I was sad when he passed away.
Now I'm talking about this is supposed to be Liam Neeson playing Durant.
I know, but it's still Larry Drake. Larry Drake is awesome.
No, he did alright.
That's Dr. Giggles, nigga. That's Dr. Giggles.
Yo, yeah.
When we found out, and I was working at Cedar Point when we found out Larry Drake passed away, and Jesse, I clocked out. Remember, Jesse used to make those custom drinks. Jesse made me a drink with a smile. Like, he cut little pieces of fruit into squares and made it into a smile in my cup, and he dropped like some type of red liqueur in it, in the liquor, so it looked like blood, and he called it, he was like, here, this is the Dr. Giggles, and I'm like, oh my god, man, rest in peace Larry Drake. Jesse, shout out to my man Jesse Short, man. He's the best bartender I've ever known in my life, man.
This is a true gangster, but this nigga was so cool, but
Where's home?
he's like, you in there, motherfucker. Like, this nigga actually did foot moves. You know when a nigga back is against the wall, you can be as cool as you want to be.
This was a good scene, though. I love this scene where they're in the revolver doors. He said, Dios mío.
He said, shoot him. This is the funny part.
Yeah, yep.
Shoot him! Which one is the rat?
Yo! And that's basically Darkman just fucking with it.
Yeah, right. I love it.
It doesn't matter.
And that's Darkman right there.
That's dark. I feel like that's Darkman. Hold up. Did I point at the wrong one? I got confused for a second.
Do something!
I had the same eye color and everything.
Yeah,
This nigga,
yeah.
This nigga bought contacts, all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't buy contacts. I think that's him right there.
No, that's Darkman right there.
That's Darkman, right?
Yep. Because his shit gonna start boiling, I think. Yep, that 99. He's like, oh my god. Bubble and bubble. Can you imagine seeing a dude running down the block with his face smoking?
Yo,
So-
if he was running that
so
way
mother-
down, niggas be like,
Y'all probably would just think it was normal though, like around Wayne Ave.
yo, this nigga just had a bad batch, man. He good. Like I'm telling you, he had a bad batch. I'm like, yo, see, that's that bullshit. That nigga just
Yo.
did some shit he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, hold on. Let me take a look at your available time, if any, and which says
You don't have to read the fucking text messages out loud, goddammit. It's interfering with the people. I apologize.
he said, "Hibbity-hop,
But you know what, people? I can't really talk much because I just recently did, which y'all can check out if y'all want to, a Resident Evil Afterlife commentary, where I was the only way I was gonna get through it is if I was fucked up. So, you know, I did that, but so you know, I can't really talk much about him veering off course because I do it every episode.
Oh, will you stop looking at that watch? It's hell of a time. Forget about going back to the hospital, Peyton. We're going to spend the whole day together. The whole night.
I'd love to, honey, but you know I can't. I've got my therapy tools.
Look, Peyton, we need more time together.
Yo, he really was
Tell me
trying
why you're
to,
so
like,
uncomfortable with me.
he was pulling a wool over her eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Trying to act like it was normal.
Right, he was like, yeah, I got therapy. Because she's like, how the fuck, you know, how the, oh, well, I'm okay now. And she probably was thinking in the back of her mind, like, nigga, how you alright, man? You got thrown out of the fucking burning building.
Yeah. I saw you trying to spread your wings and fly when you flew out of that
He
building.
told about I got therapy sessions, nigga. Like,
This motherfucker
that
looks.
shit fucked his head up too.
He looks like he kind of looks like I don't know if you remember the Twilight Zone movie where Dan Aykroyd turned into that fucking monster. He kind of looked like that, but before it turned into the freaky, super crazy monster.
Was there someone else?
See, he started going crazy right here.
Yeah, because he wanted to know, like, yo, I died. Like, were you with?
She did have anybody?
No, she was not, because she she danced with the guy with the douchebag, but that was it. She wasn't with nobody else.
He kept asking because.
But you know what?
Being in the shadows.
You know what, people? That's it. Frances McDormand. Shout out to her character. She was a day one rider because she wasn't going to, just because he died, she wasn't going to jump to the next dick right away. And I love that about her. Yeah, she was, man. She was very authentic, and that's why I said that she's also a great actress outside of this.
Okay.
Tom, they're not like reading your head. Reading your head. Hey, there you go.
That nigga went hard in his.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, man. He's like, my face almost came off when I threw that shit. He threw that shit so hard.
That nigga, because of chemicals, became the ultimate fucking superhero, dog. What?
He said he wasn't behind the line when he did that, so he can't get the pink elephant.
Yeah.
This is why I like amusement parks, and I don't really prefer carnivals. Like when they set up shop, carnival,
and everything all around. It's just like.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. When I was a kid, my mom took us to a carnival where there were literally like the people that were there, like, you know, serving the food and at the rise, carnies and deformity type of.
And you know what? They're not carnies technically.
But they were some of the coolest. But they were some of the coolest people I ever met as a kid. There was a woman who had like the Jason eye, like all the way down here, and I asked for extra lemonade, and she gave me one for free. Oh, here we go. Neurons. Here go the neurons.
Break it.
Let's do it.
His brain was fried, man. He was frying, man.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, girl, like, what's up with you?
And he tossed him. Now look. Take the fuck out.
And it wasn't her fault though.
It wasn't.
He's just fucking angry.
And then he ran off again like. he run. Remember that he ran off like remember the Key and Peele skit where he was like, I don't like anything because I agree with pop culture. He was like, don't look at me. He ran away like the fucking the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I agree with everything because I don't have an opinion in pop culture.
Oh my God. People, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, the way...
That's like some niggas we know.
People, yes, lots of niggas we know. No names at all.
You be like, people, yo, remember that one time I got my leg cut off? Like, I got my leg cut off too, dog. Damn, we went through the same thing.
And I had to eat my leg when it got cut off. They try to one-up your shit.
I'm like, but you got a leg.
Shock value. People, listen. If you don't know what we're talking about,
just like yours.
In reference to that scene where Peyton ran off, you know, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or the Phantom of the Opera, please watch that Key and Peele skit about having an opinion. And I swear to God, that is exactly how Jordan Peele ran off at the end of the skit, people. It is priceless. Oh shit, look, this is when she found out. But she still was a ride or die because she said, why didn't you tell me?
Right, yes. Damn. Them skin cells is
Why didn't you tell me?
unstable.
You should have told me.
The fact that...
Come to me, Kate. You didn't have to lie.
Oh my God, the fact that she said you could have talked to me. You burnt up? Cool. You gotta have burnt up penis? Fine. She still was rocking and rolling with him. I love Frances McDormand in this movie, man. Big shout out to her. I hope she has an Instagram page because I'm going to tag her in this post, people. It's up. She said she would have tried to help him. Oh my God.
I can help you now.
See, she's still rotten. That's a...
You don't have to
Yes,
hide
man, she was authentic in this.
Yes, she was, man.
Like, there's true love right there.
Hell yeah. And he's just still like, I don't even have an upper and bottom lip. He's still like, I have to talk like I'm the fucking Chatterer Cenobite from Hellraiser and shit. Remember the Chatterer from Hellraiser?
And his cries in his dog.
Yo, that's a series. How about that? Would you do? Now, because you dragged me and I got the people listening, I got the people listening to me on this, and I'm gonna ask you this in front of the people while we're watching this movie, because you dragged me into this Darkman trilogy, and now we have to get the rest of this done. How you feel about doing the Hellraiser trilogy, or not trilogy, but the Hellraiser movies afterwards?
With the Cenobites and all them.
Honestly, I don't even know why I asked, because
I've read something about them.
I tried to watch part 2 the other day, and I turned it off. I turned it right off.
Point?
Yeah, they established that in part 2. You don't remember part 2 where
my mouth was like this?
Yeah, they were.
I read this. I was like, yo, they were actually real humans.
Motherfucker, they established that in the beginning of part 2 for one, because in the beginning of Hellraiser 2, God damn it. I sound like, I know, I fucked up.
You sound like me,
I fucked up.
Like you don't know shit. You know a lot of things, man. You're like the cinema Google. You know they said
Cinema Google.
If Google was a man, you would be Google.
I watched in the first I watched the second Hellraiser, but the first one, we don't know that. The second one, in the beginning, we see Doug Bradley. He's in this room and he's fucking with the box, and we see when he turns into Pinhead. But then later on, Kirsty is in the room with all of them, and she's holding up the picture of Doug Bradley. She's like, "You were all human. You were human.
Wasn't he like a soldier?
Don't you remember? Yeah, he was in the war." And she was like, "Don't you remember?" And he's like, "I remember."
Yo, they said.
And then when the dude, remember the dude that was the doctor that had the shit shooting out of his hands? Remember, he killed all of them. They turned into humans after that.
Right.
And you saw that the Chatterer, that he was a little boy. He was a teenage boy. Butterball was just a fat guy, and the female Cenobite was just a badass looking chick.
Right.
Yeah, she's a badass looking chick.
Do you realize after a while the series kept going on?
They went off the deep end, dog. I couldn't.
Pinhead
I gave up after part 5.
Pinhead started becoming like a anti-villain almost.
Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Theories, they said the nigga was about pain, but also about like pleasure and pain, because the Cenobites was all like a pleasure and pain thing.
You know what the thing is? People
it was weird. What brings you pleasure is going to bring you pain.
Exactly. That's sadomasochist. That's BDSM. Like it's like listen, pleasure and pain. But that was actually the title for the original Hellraiser. It was like sadomasochist from beyond the grave or some shit like that. Yeah, that was the original title. But
I'm like, motherfucker, why would you tie me to fuck up and put needles in my fucking? Who gets pleasure out of that?
But I don't
tattoos, but that's.
I don't want them to fucking become the anti-heroes and But the thing is,
what's wrong with that though?
The thing is about the first Hellraiser movie, Pinhead's barely in it, and a lot of people forget that. And Pinhead and the Cenobites are kind of like Candyman, where it's like, as long as you keep my fucking how Candyman is like. As long as you keep my fucking name out your mouth, I don't have to pop up. Cenobites is like, leave this box alone.
Right.
And we ain't gotta bother y'all niggas. But if you fuck with this box, now you see part 3, Pinhead bought hell on earth. He went in the club and started wrecking shit.
Box, right?
Exactly.
Pandora's box.
Yeah.
They're basically trying to say, all right, everybody can come for me when I say this.
Oh my God! Say it, people. Be ready. Be ready. Be ready.
Pandora's box is the wrath.
Oh my God! You're not about to get all religiously.
No, the wrath of women, dog. They say you open up the floodgates. If you hit a chick right or something, this is like.
Oh, he said you opened up the floodgates. No, I know. Yeah,
Pandora's box.
You had me at floodgates.
Pandora's box.
No, I know what you're talking about.
It's loosely based off.
I'm sorry, people. I understood what he meant. I understood what he meant.
Pandora's box. Now I think it's a theory, but I kind of believe it. They say Pandora's box. You open that thing.
Be very careful. What you about to say?
All them women can come for.
No, don't do that. Because I need more ladies. I need y'all. I need more women to follow this podcast than men do. And men, that's no disrespect to y'all, but shut the fuck up. There's no disrespect to the men that listen to the podcast. I'm grateful for any listener, whoever you are, whatever you are. I'm grateful for any listener at the end of the day. However, I feel like women
But a lot
get
of women need to take this shit as a compliment.
I feel like women get they spread the word faster as far as podcasts and shit go, and they can, I feel like I need more women to listen to this podcast than men.
A lot of women with some real shit need to take.
But no, go ahead. No, prove your point, dog. Speak it true.
A lot of women need to take this shit as a compliment. On some real shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
You open up, you crack that code to that lady. She about to kill people for you, and she gonna be your shadow and shit like that. Now, Pandora's Box is loosely based on unlocking the fucking mental of a woman, dog. They trying to say. Now, with another movie you like that was based on Pandora's Box. Yeah. None of this shit would ever happen unless Pandora's Box was open. Right. Ghost of Mars. And that was an actual line that was from one of the characters. Remember when that lady went in there and she touched that structure and it fell because it was like dust and sand, and then all the Martian ghost spirits came out. When they zoomed back to the present time, she was like, "I opened Pandora's box. I let them out. I let the Martian ghosts out." So these directors, and
they know
other people that are kind of out there.
They know, but
Fifth Element.
They know, but they take liberties with it though, and I like that they take liberties each time.
Look at Fifth Element, dog.
This is the sequence you was talking about, and you ain't even watching it. You talking about the fucking. You talking about Pandora's?
This was dumb.
Oh my God, is that a grenade launcher?
Hell yeah, dog. Yo, this nigga went hard in his jaw.
Burned his nuts while he was fucking sliding down that. Well, he probably didn't feel it.
You gotta be shitting me.
Yo, this was a thorough ass scene.
And I think was that really Liam Neeson? I almost called him Liam Leeson.
He said, "Was this not Liam
Leeson? Was that Liam Neeson under the prosthetic makeup?" They came in there half prepared.
I just told him. You about to go against some nigga.
That's Omar right there.
Right.
That dude. And we just shout out to my man Omar, man. We actually just saw him. If you guys want to hear his opinion on things, y'all can check out the commentary for Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. And shout out to Rob Bass, because me and O did a commentary with Rob Bass for Terminator 2.
Hey guys. Fuck it, man.
We need to do Terminator 3. We need to get that out the way.
Yes.
And that's going to be bad because that movie sucks. Why do you have to keep fucking reading text messages aloud? Stop doing that, goddammit. I know, man. Just stop.
I don't know, man.
Jesus Christ. This is what I deal with, people. On a regular.
Where the hell are you? I know it's on a regular, motherfucker. Because he can't get rid of me. Even when we die. If I die first, you gonna be hearing stuff. You be like, yeah, that's his aunt, man.
It's a nice. Is that a Desert Eagle he's got? Yeah, it's a Desert Eagle.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is. Look at the face of it. Triangle face.
Yeah, but that nigga.
That's a Desert Eagle.
That nigga.
Shut up.
That
it's a Desert Eagle.
like this.
I know, yeah, I know, but it's a fucking movie.
Like,
it's a Sam Raimi movie. No, look at the. Oh, I forgot about this part. He's like, yo, you look like me. He's like, you ain't me. He's like, could you imagine being drunk or high and you're just like, you ain't me. Let me take this mask off.
Damn.
Oh, you really ain't me. So who are you?
Yeah, yo.
Double whammy, I forgot.
Yo, that nigga was fucking with them niggas, dog.
Yeah, that's why I said Darkman not just gonna kill you, he gonna fuck with you. Now remember, the tape was over. Yup, tape was over his mouth.
Damn.
Yup, shot his man. Oh, and then he still came up with another, still came up with another mask on. He's like, yo, this is cool, right? That dude, believe it or not, was on Wayne's World. He was one of the guys in the Murphmobile when they did that. Yeah, he was on Wayne's World.
Cultural classics.
Hell yeah.
Not classics. Cultural.
Listen, people. I hate to plug, but I always have to. Did commentary for Wayne's World also, if y'all want to check it out. I need to do commentary for Wayne's World too. Hopefully this guy will join me. I don't know if y'all like him enough for y'all to request to bring him back.
I respectfully love me some rock, some metal.
Listen, people, me too. But if y'all like M.Rite on the podcast enough to bring him back, let me know, and we'll be back for Wayne. You want to do Wayne's World too?
Hell yeah.
I've been holding out because that movie is side-splitting funny. We gonna have to be mangled.
He said, "Ha! What did he say, handsome Dan?"
He said, "Hey, handsome Dan." He was like, "It was a nigga. It was a nigga from Married with Children." He was like, "I'm not handsome Dan." And then the dude came out like he looked like fucking Monk. He was like, "Hey," he looked like Tony Shalhoub. Like, "Hey." He's like, He's like, He just kept, He was not listening. Yeah, you done, bruh. Hologram. And he could create holograms too. Darkman was a little ahead of his time, dog. When we look back and think about it. Yeah. Oh shit! What happened? Oh no, he grabbed that hook. Now this is when I say the effects were dated. When Darkman's hanging on for dear life.
I told you he had the little shorty. He had his little series.
Yeah. No, this he said he had his little series.
He had the 1990.
No, he did.
94.
He had, no, this was 1990. Darkman was ahead of the curve, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, he was ahead of the curve.
Terminator 2 out this bitch.
Terminator 2 wasn't until 91, 92.
Yeah.
And that was groundbreaking special effects. This was a good stunt, though. I would have been scared than a motherfucker. I could never be a stunt double.
I could. You give me
No, never. Not enough liquor, bud will ever make me new. They got the one black co-pilot. Like, look, man, I ain't signed up for this shit, man. I gotta be home.
Black people ain't supposed to be in the air.
I gotta be home and watch 106 and Park, nigga. What the fuck going on? Like 106 and Park still show videos. Do they even still show videos? Does that shit even still come on?
No, nothing comes on anymore. All reality. Okay,
it's all reruns.
It's all reality TV shows. Man.
Reality TV and reruns. But no, this was a great fucking sequence, dog.
You know why BT don't know what the fuck to do with this stuff.
I feel like if they remade Darkman and they did this sequence over again, imagine. Now, who would you? Let me ask you.
That shit was hard, man.
Fuck who would play Darkman. People would figure all that out later on. Who would you get to direct a Darkman remake? Yeah. I'm sorry, the first person that came to mind, I don't even want to say it, but go ahead, say yours. Who would you get to direct a Dark? Ooh, Zack Snyder for Darkman remake?
How about
Ooh, I gotta dap you up on that.
who did Mad Max, man?
Shit. Let's find out. You talking about a Fury Road or the original Mad Max movies?
Oh, dog.
Fury Road. He said, "Voulez-vous?"
Yo, they actually got that. They teach you how.
Was it Frank Miller?
Maybe.
Hold up. Well, let's find out.
That
Mad
joint
Max.
was fucking.
I liked it, and I didn't know. Again,
the whole pregnant chick.
shout out to my man Omar and my man Rob Bass, because I never saw Mad Max Fury Road until they made me watch it.
Dog.
This was directed by George Miller. George Miller.
What else he did?
Well, let's find out.
I never knew about him until
he did Shut the Fuck Up Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5.
Tony Sunshine?
Say no, but oh my god, he actually directed Mad Max 2. He was one of the directors of The Twilight Zone, the movie. He directed Mad Max 3. The Witches of Eastwick.
God damn, he came back, huh?
He directed Mad Max Fury Road. Yeah, he came back. And he's directing Furiosa, the Charlize Theron spinoff. Because remember, she was in Mad Max.
Yo, no.
Oh, R.I.P. Robert G. Durant. Because he flew a helicopter into the... Oh, man, sorry.
I
Well, we know Robert G. Durant will be back, but it's all good.
Get held.
Why do you keep reading everything aloud? Like, please. Temptation said, please.
No, man.
But no,
I love the dog.
So you have George Miller direct Darkman remake?
If he has the same energy as Mad Max,
you know who I had? Just based off that helicopter sequence alone, Christopher Nolan. And as much as I don't like Inception and Tenet, I love the Dark Knight trilogy, and I love his scope, and I love his idea of action movies. So Christopher Nolan was the first one that came to mind, but Darkman is something you gotta capture. Like, you gotta capture both realism and a comic book movie.
Right.
Straight up. That's it. You gotta do both. You have to do both. There's no way you can pull that off without doing both. And the crazy thing is, I said that, but Christopher Nolan didn't capture a comic book movie at all with the Dark Knight trilogy. That shit didn't feel like a comic. It felt like real life. It felt like, yo, a nigga can really be Scarecrow. A nigga can really be Joker. A nigga can really be Two-Face and Bane out here.
Don't forget,
and Catwoman.
It's a city. It's Gotham.
I know, but Tim Burton's Batman.
Batman is not a superhero.
But Tim, I know, but Tim Burton.
And Joker at one time point they thought he wasn't.
No, I know, but Tim Burton's Batman movies were not plausible in real life, in the real world.
Right.
Christopher Nolan, and a lot of people complained about this. They said Christopher Nolan forgot that he was making somebody actually told me this personally. I forgot the boy's name. But he told me, he was like, I don't like the Dark Knight trilogy because Christopher Nolan completely forgot he was making a comic book movie, and he made it too grounded. They said that he made it too grounded in realism and in reality. But I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do, not Weatherman.
Weatherman got
the Weatherman, huh?
The Weatherman.
I think M.Rite is fucked up, people. Watchmen.
The Watchmen. I said Weatherman.
No, even Watchmen was way more.
It's a movie about superheroes.
No, but Watchmen was way more fantasy than a Christopher Nolan.
But they got shunned. They got shunned and went back into society and shit. You feel what I'm saying? They were still in a fantasy realm. I feel like Christopher Nolan is the one that made. Christopher Nolan made the most realistic comic book movies ever made, honestly. He did, man. He did. He made it seem like, yo, we could go outside right now and Joker be driving an 18-wheeler down the block and it flip over and Batman be on the bat pod going against this nigga, like, yeah. But we can see Joker coming out of the fucking deli.
But but Justice League, you know, this is Zack Snyder, because I love Zack Snyder and I love the Justice League, his cut of it. I absolutely adore it. But Zack Snyder, you know, we can't go outside to see parademons and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We can't see Aquaman.
Because Aquaman.
Somebody can make this. Christopher Nolan can make this grounded to the point where you could feel like, yo, this nigga could really exist in the real world. Somebody could really survive that explosion, and really, like, Christopher Nolan could really bring some, like, realism to everything. That's the first person that came to mind. I could see other directors that you're talking about, though.
You know what made Christopher Nolan?
Memento.
The realism part of everything with the Batman joint.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just in general.
Was Bane joint.
He did it from the rip.
That was kind of real. Like, we could literally have some nigga that's crazy shit with just some fucking mask on that could really fuck shit up.
I think he did it in The Dark Knight for me.
With Heath Ledger.
Because this wasn't a Joker that fell into a vat of chemicals. This was a guy who just had scars. He had a different story every time that he was ready to talk about these scars, and he had paint over his face. There's a scene where Heath Ledger is in there with no makeup. Remember when he shoots the dude? Yeah. When he shoots, and Commissioner Gordon jumps in front of the bullet. He made it seem like Two-Face
already.
Aaron Eckhart. He made Two-Face the most realistic.
When I show people that, I'm like, yo, remember Two-Face from the original Joker?
He made a better Two-Face. He made a better Two-Face than Tommy Lee Jones
and
did.
It was like, yeah. I was like, ain't nothing funny about this.
He made a better Two-Face than Tommy Lee Jones, and I personally think, and this is not
realistic.
This is nothing against Aaron Eckhart, people, but I think Tommy Lee Jones is a far more superior actor than Aaron Eckhart is. However, I think that Aaron Eckhart played the better Two-Face in comparison. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
yeah.
And he had realistic scars.
He did, man.
People that they was like, yo, is that I was like, yo, that is the Two-Face. They was like, yo, is he in any other movies? I was like, unfortunately, not right now.
What, Two-Face or the actor?
Well, just Two-Face, that Two-Face.
Oh my God, did he fall off the roof? Oh no, where you go? Now I would never forget this. When I used to play the game on Nintendo, I could never beat this game. Did you ever play Darkman on Nintendo? You wasn't a gamer, dog.
But I do remember the soundtrack. That's
or whatever the fuck it was on Nintendo. I used to play that shit all the time. And when on the oh my God, Darkman was that shit on Nintendo. I just could never beat the game because I'm like, listen, y'all got shit in the game that wasn't even in the movie, and y'all just making shit difficult.
Right.
Just to stress kids the fuck out. Like, what's up with y'all, man? It's like, yo, yeah, stop that shit. All this shit wasn't in the movie. Oh, she about to fall, Peyton. Oh my God. Look, he ain't got no lip. Jolie! He really like, he like, rah, rah. He saying rah rah. Oh no, he caught her. Oh shit.
No, this is a good ass scene.
But this is when they went super Sam Raimi, superhero Batman type of shit, because it's like, yeah, I got a nail gun.
And he came after him. Look.
Yeah. Fuck him.
And he was probably taking all them fucking bullets.
Yep. Fuck him.
Well, not bullets.
Go ahead. Do it, Wesley.
Uh-huh.
But think of this.
I love this scene.
Yo, this is how dark it is, dog.
You become as bad as me, worse.
Who cares? Fuck you. Dropping me?
Yeah, can. I know you too well.
No, you don't.
Nigga, I ain't no little bitch ass scientist no more, brother.
That's not something you can live with.
He like, bitch. Your ass can go splat. That motherfucker about to turn into an accordion or a V8 splash on the ground, dog.
He about to come into, a splash. Like, literally.
You got a lot to think of. Now, look at the parallels. Now, we keep talking about...
He did the...
I know. That's Batman shit. I know. Batman shit. I know. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit, dog. You can't lie. That shit thorough.
But listen. Look at the parallels. I just recently... we watching this now. We're doing commentary for this now. Word. I recently watched that last scene with... we can get more if we want. I said if we want. I just recently watched the scene where, you know how Batman threw him off the rooftop and then he saved him and he pulled him back up. Batman could have let him die, but do you notice Joker was laughing all the way down?
Because he knew Batman ain't gonna kill him. Batman don't kill him.
No, he did not know he wasn't gonna kill him because he was like, "Oh, you just couldn't let me die." He knew he couldn't kill him.
Batman don't kill nobody.
He didn't know that though. Hold up, let's focus on this right now. I feel like we've talked about every fucking superhero except Darkman throughout this commentary.
No, it's gonna bring him back. You know?
It is. We gonna make it come full circle, people. We always do. We always do on the Tudor Reviews podcast. No matter who's the guest, no matter what, we make it come full circle,
do
people.
A little poll, John, like the polls that you usually put up. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you should put up the poll
and say what?
Who should make a Darkman?
Who should make a Darkman remake with director? Right. Well, if I put a poll up, we would have to have choices of directors. So you said George? Am I? What type of accent is? Yeah, what type of accent am I doing right now? Yeah, me neither. She's like, Peyton, I want that half burnt dick. He's like, I can't give you the half burnt dick because if I'm hitting you from the side, he's like, if I'm hitting you from the left side. it hurts because I ain't got no skin on that dick.
This was
on
the
that
third
side.
part. Because he went into the crowd. How the fuck is there a whole bunch of crowd people?
She really was.
Like, how? Wait,
she really was the ultimate girlfriend in this movie, dog.
Wait, but I thought they was in like a warehouse district where it was like desolate.
Hey, downtown City Hall, nigga.
How the fuck they get there from a
Yo,
warehouse?
who's that? Bruce Campbell. Yeah! Yeah! Darkman. He said, I had Sam Raimi, boy. Now who the fuck did Westlake get that mask from? Now people, listen people, this commentary, the movie's over, but the commentary is not over just yet. Now I know, listen people, I know, now listen, let me explain something people. When me and this guy, if you guys have stuck through this commentary for an hour and some change, almost 2 hours, an hour and a half, so to speak. You guys are, for one, are the true to the reviews MVPs, but you guys are amazing, man. And I love you guys so much for it. If you guys have been tuning in, you know, to me and M.Rite talking shit about this movie. Like I said, I didn't want to do this movie in the beginning, but I told him, I spoke it into existence. I said,
it turned out to be great.
Yeah, I said, I feel like the more that we get into this movie, the more I'm going to be like, okay, this really is the shit. And I should have done this a long time ago. And that's how I feel. But I know we veered off course a lot in this commentary. And, you know, I'm still grateful for everybody that tuned in. But, you know, we talked about a lot of superheroes. And we talked about a lot of Darkman, but a lot of other shit in the commentary. But, however, Darkman is one of those... he's one of those characters that I feel like we have to, you know, we have to appreciate these characters. And, you know, in a world where people are just strictly Marvel, strictly DC, it's like, listen, if it's not Batman, Superman, if it's not Iron Man and Captain America, it's like, listen, we have to break away from that, and we have to remember the superheroes that paved the way for certain shit. That's why I think at some point I made the mention of, you know, not only Darkman, because we were watching this, I made the mention of the Shadow, I made the mention of the Rocketeer, I made the mention of the Phantom, made the mention of Swamp Thing, made the mention of Guyver, made the mention of you know, other people, the Crow. Actually, you know, there are so many superheroes that we can go back and appreciate, but there are certain people that are really dying for a reboot, a revamp, or whatever you want to call it. So I feel like Darkman is one of those properties where, you know, the original is great. You know, if people don't like part 2 and part 3, that's all good and well, but the first one stands alone on its own. I'm sorry, not Ted Raimi, my apologies people, Sam Raimi, I feel like he put his foot in this and he wanted to make his superhero movie. And not only did he do that, but he got Danny Elfman, you know, this was made in 1990, but he got Danny Elfman, who was fresh off of Batman 1989. You know, Batman Returns wouldn't come out until, I want to say 1991, maybe 92. But, you know, you got this guy who wanted to make something out of nothing and make it his own. And, you know, you see that in his casting choices. You see that in his directing choices. You see that in his choice of cinematography and his choice of special effects and stuff like that. So big shout out to Sam Raimi. And, you know, of course, big shout out to Liam Neeson. This is my favorite Liam Neeson movie next to Run All Night. But, and you know, I like him as Qui-Gon in Star Wars Episode 1. But, you know, this is one of those movies, man, where you have to appreciate it, man. And if I'm going to give this a rating, as far as a superhero movie goes, I will give this a fair rating of, I will give this a 9 out of 10. And what keeps it from a 10 is the fact that, there were, you know, the henchmen weren't really intimidating to me. And I feel like henchmen are a big part in the villains. You know, if there's a villain that gives a fuck about his henchmen, that's not acting like they're disposable, expendable, whatever the case may be, I love that. But That's a big part for me. The fact that Robert G. Durant didn't have these henchmen that were, you had the guy, there's a Spanish guy, there's a fat guy. Yeah, they were goofy. There's a Spanish guy, there's a fat guy, there's a guy with a
like Meteor Man and shit.
Exactly. So
like the Golden Lords, man. Very systematic.
Yeah, just very
uniform,
my complaints are small, but I still give it a strong 9 out of 10 as a superhero movie, and as something that Sam Raimi claimed on his own. So M.Rite, I'll let you take it away and talk about before you give your rating for this. I'll let you take it away and talk about it. So he's like I wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, because, yeah.
No, well, what's the, come on, man. Listen.
I give it your rating.
Oh, 9 out of 10?
I would say an 8 out of 10.
What?
No.
You give it less than me?
I give it less than
and you recommended this motherfucker.
I'm going to give it less than you because...
Oh, wow. Damn.
Very, very dark.
But?
Which is great.
But
still kind of
dated?
Funny, but which is good.
What?
Still
dated
goofy.
Or what's the case?
Dated. No, hell no, man. This one was ahead of his time, so it ain't fucking dated. But it wasn't as dark as
you wanted it to be.
No, it was as dark as you wanted it to be. Because don't forget, people, we were kids.
Yeah, we were.
This movie came
out in 1990,
so we didn't
man.
appreciate the darkness.
No, not until we got older.
So it is very
At
dark.
least until we got into our teens, and then I feel like when we got into our adult years, we were like, yo.
It is very dark.
Uh-huh.
But when my cousin over here, Romero Tudor,
that's me, guys.
Right? When he says that, the goons were, and I was like, goofy.
Yes. Yeah, they were.
So, it's like...
Some were memorable, some
A comedy movie has better goons than a dark movie. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And we was just... And wasn't we just now talking about the Golden Lords?
Yeah, we were. From Meteor Man.
They were very uniformed. Mm-hmm. Know what I'm saying?
They had
intimidating.
They had an identity amongst the goons. You know what I'm saying?
And this nigga, I could have swore he owned the whole city when it came to the goons. Man.
Yeah, and Robert G. Durant, it was like, okay, you have a memorable guy where he has a gun for a leg. You have a memorable guy who's a fat guy with a tattoo on his face. Right. You have a memorable guy who's a Spanish guy or of Spanish descent. I don't want to offend anybody, but he's got like a scar on his face.
Now, in his defense,
you have
he was kind of like Heath. Remember, Heath had goons.
Oh, he didn't give a shit, dog.
Heath didn't have goons. He was his own goon. But he had henchmen that did things for him.
But they didn't even have names.
They didn't.
They didn't have names or characteristics at all.
It was almost like this nigga went to Wayne Ave and was like, yo, you want $2,000?
Yo, you want work? Yo, come on, man. Yo, you want work? Yo, come on, man. Yeah, he was picking motherfuckers up off the street. Heath Ledger's joking. No, go ahead.
Durant was kind of like that. Like, I could care less who I got. I'm fucking paying you at the end of the day.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he had a boss.
Yeah.
That little bitch ass nigga.
The villain. Yeah, you're the man sitting next to the man at the end of the day, right? So it's like when your villain
ain't even like the motherfucker.
When your villain when your villain is flawed and when your goons are flawed, that is a big flaw in the movie because I feel like dog, we live in an era where there's like with Marvel and DC movies, we lack great villains. You know what I'm saying? Like we do, dog. Look how you looked at me.
Don't you see why I like certain villains?
We lack great villains. So I feel like with the fact that we lack great villains, let's get good villains and let's get good henchmen behind them, memorable henchmen. And with this movie, the only reason I keep it from a 10 is because it's not the special effects and all of that type of shit, but it is the fact that these henchmen and the villain.
Honorable, man. 10 is the highest. Right?
10's the highest. No, I've given shit 10 on this platform. Trust me. But me giving it a 9 is like it's a really great compliment to this movie, especially for coming out in 1990. But it is a classic nonetheless, man.
Pretty good damn movie.
No, it's a fucking classic, dog. We talked about remakes and we talked about a whole bunch of other shit in between. In between time, but this is a great movie, man. This is a classic. It's a classic superhero movie. This is better than a lot of the Marvel shit. Listen,
better.
I'm not hating.
Way better.
We not hating.
And I love visuals. I do. I like movies like Tron and all that. Rome, I always say, and like he likes little physical movies where they're like, nah, man. See, you gotta get the premise of it.
I know.
That shit is awesome, dog. And then if it's a good, and then and I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. A good movie is visuals and a soundtrack. Okay. If the soundtrack
is that all it is?
Stupid.
You know what a great movie. Those are two things.
Storylines,
but those are two things that consist of it. But that's not all it is.
I get all that. Character development.
Your movie is only as good as the
stuff.
Script, man.
I know.
And this is not my bias, people, as being a writer. This is not my bias.
I get it.
But
I get it. Same here. If you're not giving me a good story as well as everything
this
else,
was a good story, though.
It was.
This was a great fucking story. It was a great backstory. It was a great a showcase of how he became. Yeah, how he became the villain. Not the villain, but how he became the hero. Yeah, you said Visions. You're thinking of WandaVision.
Not
Disney Plus. You got Disney Plus?
Not Visions. I said Visions.
So you give it.
He also had Visions.
So you give it an 8.
I give it an 8.
Oh my God! This motherfucker gave it lower than I did, and he was the one that wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch Friday the 13th Part 2, or I wanted to watch X-Men.
The movie is dark. I want that shit to be all the way.
All right, so what we doing next?
And I'm talking about.
What's the next one? We ain't got to do it today, but what's the next one you want to do? You want to do the Shadow? You want to do the Shadow next? You want to tackle? You want to do a underrated superhero series climb? I'll start.
It had the Ashanti dagger in it.
I'll start a.
And
listen,
that's the dagger that's supposed to kill the devil.
I will start a climb with you. Now you know how me and O have been doing the Terminator movies. Like I did Terminator 1 with O, and then me and O did, and Rob did Terminator 2. But you want to do a superhero climb? And we do Darkman, we do the Shadow, we do the Phantom, even though it might be bad.
I want to do.
We'll go back on it. It'll be a shit show commentary edition.
Right,
I got it. Phantom could be last, but we'll do the Rocketeer. We'll do the Guyver. We'll do Swamp Thing. We'll do.
I like the Guyver.
I actually did the Return of Swamp Thing commentary, and that's my.
Guyver was surprisingly.
Both of them Jones are good.
Fuck.
Guyver. The second one was bloody. The first one was just. Jesus Christ, man! Shout out to Screaming Mad George on the special effects, but they were turning into bugs and mutants and God,
the fight scene. Shout out.
The Guyver was really good.
Shout out to the nigga that had to wear that suit and do them fight sequences.
Yeah, it wasn't Mark Hamill. He was the character. He wasn't the character, but I don't know who the stunt guy was in the suit.
I thought it was a kid. Wasn't it a kid that turned it? It was Elliot shit.
It was me.
He was a kid that
I was, yeah, I was.
Where's the suit at?
I got the suit right here in the refrigerator.
We both be getting, it's like a vessel, nigga. We both be in that joint.
He's like, motherfucker, we could have been out in the streets with these joints.
I would run down Wayne Ave and be like, man, fuck all you niggas, man.
All right, people, hold up, man, because we're almost 2 hours into this commentary. 1 hour and 52 minutes. And if you guys have stuck with us, man, we love y'all and we appreciate y'all so much, man.
God bless y'all.
Yes, please, man. God bless y'all. And it was a splendid time, man, having my man M.Rite on here. And he picked the movie. I had way more fun with this movie than I had planned to. He gave it an 8 out of 10. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Those are our rankings for Darkman.
And we out here.
Yeah, and we out here. And maybe we will start this underrated superhero climb. I actually am with it, dog. If you're with it, I'm with it, man. And we literally just did our, secret handshake on it. But we're talking about Darkman. We're talking about Guyver. We're talking about the Shadow. We're talking about the Rocketeer. We're talking about Swamp Thing. Everybody, man. Yeah, I'm with it, man. But for now, you guys have received the commentary for Darkman, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. But You have any last things to say to the people? Yo, matter of fact, plug your Instagram and your Facebook and all of that type of stuff, dog. Go ahead, plug it. No, listen. What's Sean Evans say on Hot Ones? He says this camera, that camera. Let the people know what you got.
ReverbNation.com. What's the? Is it?
Why are you asking me? That's your shit,
nigga.
Don't ask me.
You own it.
I'm giving you the listen, so people.
Is Reverb?
That was my past life when I used to do music. I do podcasting.
He still does.
No, I do. No, I do not. I do not.
He said. So it's ReverbNation.com / Regime Group ENT.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to plug your personal Instagram or your personal Facebook or anything like that? Or
just that.
All right, cool. Well, I'll do it after the fact, people. Maybe I'll put it in the description and type it in against his will. But yeah, people, y'all already heard the Reverb Nation link, but y'all already you got something else? You was about to say something else?
Yeah. So it's Regime Group ENT.
Yeah.
Okay. It's ReverbNation.com / Regime Group ENT. I know some people that don't know how to spell regime and all that. Regime, REGIME Group. You know how to spell group and ENT. If you want to hear some tracks, especially from your man right here. Remember?
No, don't do that. I don't have any tracks. I'm on one song on that entire page that he's talking about, and
you're on a couple, dog.
No, two. What is it? Landmine and Fuck With Me. You know I got
Landmine, Fuck With Me.
No, that's it.
No, it's one more that you're on as well.
No, that's it.
Shit.
That's it.
The remix to Landmine.
No, we never did. We never recorded that. No, so don't fucking lie to those people. But people, y'all already know as we near and gear to the end of this, because this shit is almost 2 hours long. And like I said, man, if you guys have tuned in for this long with me and M.Rite, we really appreciate y'all, man, and we love you guys to death, man. We appreciate the support and we appreciate the spins and the listens that y'all give us.
God bless the podcasters, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Listen.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. So y'all already know where to go, man. Y'all can follow the podcast on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Radio Public, Podbean, and Podcast Addict. And shout out to Anchor. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Romero Tudor. Shout out to the Facebook movie group, The Cinemaniacs. And shout out to the Facebook movie group, The Horror Virus. And last but not least, shout out to the Tudor reviewers, the listeners, the lovers, the supporters out there. I did tell you guys that I was going to get another episode out. I'm going to drop this after I drop my trailer reaction for Cube 2021. They made a Japanese remake version of Cube, and I'm going to drop this after that episode. But I'm very tempted to make another episode. I don't know whether I want it to be like a review or just a regular episode, or whether I want it to be commentary. Who knows, man? Only time will tell. But I'm so grateful for y'all, man. And M.Rite is so grateful for y'all. And I'm glad that y'all tuned in. If y'all did tune in and listen to me and my man talk over Darkman and, just nerd out. And do you want to say anything before we close this shit out, bro?
No. Well, one thing. Yes.
He's like, listen, live free or die hard.
No.
Man.
Like your man here, Romero Tudor.
Oh, just stop it. Stop it.
His attention span is crazy when it comes to the movies.
Stop it.
And things that he loves.
I want you to stop it.
Same here. We're
stop
weirdos.
It, man.
But God
No, we are.
For being podcasters, I'm talking like my
and listeners, podcasters and listeners, man.
Right.
Yes,
my attention span is that of a little small mouse. Okay.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Oh, we about to do Darkman. Oh, what happened with Swamp Thing though?" And he'll walk down the block. He'll walk down the block like. I'll be like, yo, where you going? We talking about
I'm catching the train and
I'll be like, yo, we talking about Darkman or Swamp Thing? He'll be like, no, I just seen a piece of ass walk down the block, and he'll just be chasing a piece of ass down the block. Like, yeah, I know, but no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, man.
And continue to listen to my man Joyce, man.
Thank you, dog. No. Don't make me emotional on here, man.
It's informative. It's not just a great pastime.
Thank you, dog. Yo, thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Movies, do it. And I know if I get in there, I know there'll be a side tracks and stuff. you know,
Yeah.
laugh and have fun with it. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And you know, this guy, like I said, we had him on this episode of the Darkman commentary, and like, you know, if you guys have forgotten what I said, he was also in, if you guys want to tune into the older commentary for Friday 13 Part 3, the IntoxiCommentary, I actually phoned him in, and he knew more than he actually let on to, you know, about that movie, you know, and he's like, yeah, well, I'm not no movie fan, but at the end of the day, we're both movie fans, and we both respect the genre, and we respect everybody that respects the genre, man, and we definitely respect y'all, man, and we got so much love for y'all, man. So big ups to anybody that's listening and supporting, and big ups to anybody that's listening and supporting to Regime Group. Shout out to that. You know, I'm actually a part of that, so I won't act like I'm not. So you know, big ups to everything, people, and we're almost 2 hours into this commentary, so
Big
let's
ups to life, man.
Yeah, big ups to life, and let's just end it here, people, because I don't want this shit to be 2 hours even. So people, y'all already know,
Yeah, we on it here.
the love and support that y'all show me, I show it back to y'all tenfold and then some. So with that being said, people, yours truly, Romero Tudor, yours truly, Romero Tudor, and
M.Rite.
another episode of Tudor Reviews in the can. I'll check y'all on the next one.